haven't seen it on your calendar. Oh, okay. Yes.
So.
Like a flirty. The first thing she saw, she had to watch the and then
Well, she might have been, but we were in a lot of
same classes. Yeah. No, I can stay home and enjoy life.
her last name is.
You have to say my name. Oh, okay, good. But not actually.
You know, you two sit together is trouble. That's right.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying you're up.
Oh, yeah, you are. I'll get my braid done. What about the cat? My wife. Oh, I love how dare they make
I'm not on the road. All right, let's get going,
Okay, Phil is here. We can now start the meeting. Not only is Phil here today, everybody's attention. Phil, would you stand up for a second? Let's say hi to Phil. Look at him dressed up there. Get Phil around the He is stepping up. Phil, what is the occasion today?
I have meetings today.
Meetings
Yes,
today.
me.
That's correct.
And it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it's snowing.
So, now here's the deal. I'm going to tell you this. We have people that are down at GAR, the inaugural conference, and they are down at the Capitol building today legislating their little rear ends off, and they're going to be freezing too. So I'm glad to be here with you guys. And but we're going to give them a reprieve because if their names are drawn for the monthly money board, I told them you go do what you need to do, and I will draw your name and I will pick for you. So that is our agreement with those people. However, if you're not here, do you get to play? No, unless you have an excused absence that you email me, and so they're the only ones that have. Okay, so we have some special guests here that brought some lovely breakfast. Did everybody get a little bite over there? And that is D.R. Horton. So D.R. Horton, why don't you come on out? Who's gonna lead off for you guys?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Shelley Daly with D.R. Horton. I know that we just saw most of y'all a week or two ago, so this is just kind of coincidental with the timing and us coming to do this breakfast. But we wanted to come out and say how much we appreciate y'all partnering with us and tell you a little bit about our subdivisions, kind of like we did last time. So that being said, I am in Bridgetown and in Sutler's Lake, which is in the Forsyth area, just north of town. And they both have coming addresses. Both sellouts, closeouts, so we have some awesome incentives. If you have anybody looking for a brand new construction that is in one of the lower price points in Forsyth, come see me in Bridgetown. Bridgetown is, as for D.R. Horton, our lowest price point in Forsyth. We have 10 subdivisions in Forsyth, so Bridgetown is the lowest in home construction. We are down to just 15 homes, and in your folders that we brought, it has our current inventory with our current pricing. It does not show current incentives. So on the bottom of each of the inventory sheets are my telephone number and my partner's telephone number. So give us a call if you have anybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I so think you're fantastic. You're better than the US Coast. They say sun, sleet, rain, and hail, and you've all turned up. Thank you. And we feel very privileged and lucky that we're partnering with you. I'm Sandra Palmer. I'm at Pleasant Manor Estates. I have everything you need, starting in the low 300s. I have fabulous incentives, up to 15,000 incentives on some homes. I have side entry garage, lots that are 1/3 to 1/2 an acre, some are over 1/2 an acre, backing up to a 25-foot buffer zone. Fabulous homes, top plans, Matt, Liberty, and West Forsyth High School. And I would love to see you all out there. I even have one home that's 320, just a tad over 322.
Wow.
So that is just triple awesome. Love to see you. Please come and see.
Hey, I'm gonna make a recommendation. Whatever neighborhood they have you going to, they need to have Pleasant in the name because it's so pleasant to hear you speak.
Hey, you guys, real quick, I forgot to say that Amy has a little card. If anybody didn't get your card, we're gonna draw for some gift cards, so be sure and we'll get your card in a little thing from Amy.
Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you so very much for having us. We do so much enjoy your partnership with you. I've seen a bunch of you throughout the many years that I've been at Sterling-on-the-Lake. I'm a little off the beaten path for you, but I'm sure all of you have at some point probably come by to Sterling-on-the-Lake. We're located in Hall County. It is a lifestyle community. We are the entry-level product, so you can get into Sterling-on-the-Lake for as little as $240,000 with our particular community. The prices there go up to about $500,000. We have not even opened up the bigger section with the bigger lots, which are going to be starting at $700,000. That will not be D.R. Horton, that'll be probably another builder. We like being at the entry level. We've got about 20 homes left in that particular pocket before we move on to another pod, as we call them, which is across the street on Capitola Farms Road. The good thing about it, if you have anybody who's looking, I've got several basements. I've got 3 and 4 bedroom homes. The basements all have beautiful wooded lots. And when we move on to the next pod, as we call it, it's gonna be a $35,000 price increase. So it's really a fabulous investment for someone who has someone in that price point to come and see us and enjoy our lifestyle. Thank you very much. Any questions? No? All righty.
Good morning, all. Thank you very much for having us this morning. It feels like home, by the way, coming back to you guys again for so many years. And I'm just so excited to let you know that I've moved just recently right around the corner off of Dave's Creek Drive. Dave's Creek Reserve is my new community. I'm super excited. We hopefully we're going to be here for a little while, and we're just in the earliest stage, just like the first phase. So we're just about to open our brand new second phase with a little lower price point homes. We do have a basement for slab homes available, and we feature beautiful amenities with tennis court, clubhouse, playground, and of course swimming pool. Great school district. I'm sure all of you are aware, the Dave's Creek Elementary, Lakeside Middle School, and South for South. We do have at least 7 standing inventory homes ready to close right away. Offer great incentive for, of course, our buyers, and we do have some agent bonuses as well available. Okay? So we look forward to see you all back in my community. Thank
And
you.
you're probably one of the closest neighborhoods.
Yes, we're right about the corner.
Y'all know where she is?
Davis Creek.
We got a lot of good stuff going on over there, dirt clear and all that.
Thank you, yes. And once we finish up, we have 252 homes. And we've been open just about 7 months right now. Okay, thank you.
Well, I've been moved also from Postbrook to West Oak. So as Postbrook Farms winds down to their last 18 homes, what West Oaks has been developed to be its replacement. So we still have the popular 2-story traditional homes from 3,600 square feet to 4,700 square feet. But our second series are ranch plans. So we have ranches, 3 and 4 bedrooms and 1 master down plan. They all can go on basements. You'll be finished on a slab in those ranch plans under $350. You'll be under $380 on that series. So that's been very popular, been flying off the shelves, and we do have a new street of inventory coming up of 3 of the most popular plans there. Great amenities, junior Olympic pool, 2 lighted tennis courts, decorated clubhouse. We have a bocce ball court, and we have a pickleball court. So I Googled pickleball, so if y'all need to know what that is, I know what it is. It's a combination of all the sports on one thing. So please come and visit us. This is Forsyth County School System, or Vickery and West. So it's the same school as the school system used to have. So I welcome you all to come and take advantage of what we have to offer.
So are we now gonna see pickle sport in high school sports now?
I think that's where it started. And now all of us adults feel we want to play it. It's fairly dangerous, so. It has nothing to do with pickles.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Carol Strickland, and Debbie was telling you about the, basically, we're almost to close out at Postbrook Farms. I am still there, and we are down to our last 18 opportunities there, and offering some great incentives as well. So my name is on the bottom as well as my partners. But I also want to share with you that Postbrook, we will be opening up when I leave there next month. We're working on the model at our brand new community, which is Castleberry Heights. And it's also just around the corner on Castleberry Road. And we will back up. It's the property, if you haven't been there, where they're doing the extension on Castleberry, just north of Bethelview. It's going to be backing up. We back up to the property of Whitlow Elementary School. There will be walking trails to the elementary school, as well as amenities like you've never seen with D.R. Horton before. Really resort style living. There's going to be just over 300 homes, and just releasing our first phase, and we'll have our grand opening sometime in March. but our model will be open. So keep an eye out for your invitation to the grand opening, and come see me at Postbrook this month and over at Castleberry Heights next month. Look forward to seeing everyone. Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Amy Hartzell. I'm kind of off the beaten path too. I guess I'm one of the redheaded stepchild. I represent Whispering Creeks over in Beaufort. We are in the Beaufort City School District, just off of Beaufort Highway and Hamilton Mill. We're a quaint little community with 112 homes. We range anywhere from 2,400 to over 4,200 square feet. And we've got 3 bedrooms to 7 bedrooms, up to 5 baths, basements and slabs. Our amenities are going to be a swim cabana. We're going to have private walking trails. And we also have a little waterfall, which is a nice little feature. And we're within walking distance to the Beaufort Village, which hosts salons and restaurants, a little cafe. And then also right across the street is the Beaufort Village, where you can do outdoor concerts and festivals and play. So all that's within walking distance. So you don't have to take any time with your family and get in the car. You can actually walk and spend quality time with them. Our homes start in the mid-3s, and we go up to the mid-4s, and get ready to open up the second phase probably somewhere around April. And got plenty of inventory. We've got excellent incentives right now for our specs. If you have anybody that needs to move in quickly, great incentives. So look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, any more business cards for the board drawings?
I think we're missing a couple back there.
That means they were late, they're disqualified, right?
Never saw me.
What cards do we have?
They're surprised. One to Panera and one to Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, who wants a Panera card? You see your hand, nobody? 4 of y'all. Okay, here we go. Elaine Anderson. Which one did you win? You get to pick. Which one did you take?
Panera.
So we've got Dunkin' Donuts. And the fine winner of the Dunkin' Donuts gift card is Bonnie Steele. Oh, now we got a blanket. Let's get more blankets. Yes, yes. All right, here we go. And we have, well, look at this, Kim Small.
Kim Small.
Let's give the all a nice thank you. Tommy, stand up. Nobody know Tommy? Say hello. Okay, so why am I having Tommy stand up? Well, every now and then we'll have something pop up into our world, and we got a call here in the office from a client that Tommy worked with, and it wasn't a bad call. This guy was a DJ, and his DJ name was Howard Hughes. I'm not ever a DJ name. And his real name was Joel Bush. And he called Robert, and he just had about a 20-30 minute conversation with Robert about what a fantastic job that Tommy had done for him, and that not only did he do a great job of marketing, but he played his psychologist, his counselor, and friend. And he also had Simply Organized. Y'all remember them? They came through here and they said, hey, if you need to kind of do away with things in the home, we can help it. And so he had Simply Organized handle the estate sale. And so the guy couldn't say enough great things about Tommy, so wanted to say thank you. So to me, heck, better than a referral, or excuse me, what do you call it? A what? Testimonial, whatever you want to call it. Having somebody call and take the time to make sure that somebody in here heard that story, I thought that was awesome, so thank you very much. We do have some new people that we'd like to tell you about. Would you like to stand up and introduce some people?
Sure. I have a couple people that I was excited to be able to encouraged to come and join us, is Diana Purpich over there. Mr. Ron Wallace. And Swada. Yes.
SWAT is new? Oh my God.
She has someone to introduce.
Well, we have Lamont, he's actually, him and I, we work together, Lions Hill Realty. Lamont McCloud, did I say that correct?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. So he's here to do
I'm gonna tell you a cool story about Lamont. So, I'm forgetting your name, but this is his father sitting in the back right there. William. William will drive Lamont around to go to his appointments. And Lamont, in the last 6 months of 2015, closed 6 transactions. That's pretty damn good. And SWAT was excited about what she's been able to do since coming into a full-service brokerage to the agents and their clients. And he came in here and he said, wow, you know, with what you guys are going to be providing, I can't wait. His goal was to do the 30, 35 transactions. You said it to me yesterday, you said you were committed, so I'm putting it out there. So we're going to watch Lamont go on Excel, and he's just got back into real estate business just 6 months ago. And so for him to pull off 6 sales, we look forward to working with him, Ron. Anybody else? I had a comment from somebody last week, I pointed out Kimberly Hammer, and the cool thing about Kimberly was just that she had left. We had been around each other for years and then coming back, so I thought it was a very cool little thing. And then I had somebody come up afterwards that was a new agent and said, was there something wrong? Why didn't you introduce me? I said, no, absolutely not. We have not been introducing new agents, so I talked to Debbie and Rob afterwards and said, hey, I want to make sure that we don't have somebody ever feel that way, because as you're new in here, I want everybody to remember, when you have a new person come in, it's not always easy. You look around the office and you go, there's clicks, whatever, how do I fit in? So make sure when you see somebody new, reach out to them, go introduce yourself, and see what we can do to help them out, okay? Because it is, as we grow, it just kind of takes on a little new shape and stuff. Calendar of events, we're putting this out every single Tuesday, and it's to help you always remember what you got coming up for this week, that you can get in the pool and get some business going. So this week, tomorrow, we've got open house, the effective way. I'll be teaching that, and it'll be a 3-hour CE class that is going to go from what time to what time, Debbie?
9:30 to 12:30.
9:30 to 12:30. I will be coming in from Atlanta, so it'll be streaming on through. We will have fun, and you will learn things that I promise you, even if you've taken the class before, you'll be reminded of different things that you're just not doing. But if you want to learn how to use open houses in your game plan to get business and be doing other things as well, come on in for that. It is CE approved. Then on Thursday, we've got inspections. And then on Friday from 9 to 10, we're going to be doing strategy sessions from 9 to 10 with me. And then on Saturday, we have Swatter Day, which is designed to help you overcome the fear of calling people. And it's how prospecting people, and that's what your job is as a sales professional. Don't be afraid to be a sales professional, be a consultant, but you got to get out there and get to know more people than what you know today. The only way to do that, favorite form of communication is face-to-face, second form is phone call. If you're only relying on email and postcards, you're not doing yourself a good job, period. Always remember that. By the way, what are the only two things that matter in a real estate game are what? How many people that know you as a professional realtor? And the second one is, how good or bad do you sound to all those people compared to all the other realtors that they know? The only two things that matter. I want you to always think about that and go, hey, if my business is down, do I need to reach out to more people to get my sphere of influence growing? And then how do I sound and communicate with those people once I've got them in my fold? And hopefully the answer on both those is I'm going to go meet more people because I sound so good. I'm excited about sharing the news of what I do and how professional I am. And you don't think, oh, God, what am I going to sound like to those people? So work on your game, get out there and share it with other people. Mr. Zuloff, what you got? What are rates doing?
They're going down. Oh, yeah.
Where are they now?
3.625 on a 30-year fix, 2.99 on a 15.
3.625? Is that what you said?
Yeah. FHA 3.25, and I can give them a little rebate towards the closing costs. How about that?
How about that? I want to go back.
I'll be a little more energetic.
I'm excited.
I'll be a little more energetic, but I pulled a muscle here doing deadlifts on Thursday. trying to work it out here. So, anyways, today's a great day to sell homes. I mean, with all these snow-covered roofs, you have roofing problems, we can cover them right up, so.
There's no inspector getting up there.
Who's got to hear that? Who's got it better than we do? Come on.
It'll be a tarp with the Fidelity logo on it.
Who's got it better than we do? Come on. 3.625, conventional loan.
Wow.
That's all I got.
Stacy, you want to pass your card up here? Or does everybody not want Stacy in the drawing?
I don't have one, I'm
I
sorry.
Oh!
I didn't
Okay.
bring my stuff in.
Let me say this, everybody, yes.
One quick thing, a lot of people are using the app that I have when they're out with their clients and they want to know what the payment is, they can't get a hold of me, or they don't have Google or whatever at the time. You can put my app on your phone and you can easily do a conventional VA FHA loan in 10 seconds. You put in the purchase price, how much they're putting down, the rate right there in the card. In 2 minutes, you'll have a quote for them, their full payment, PITI, everything. So if you don't have it, email me and I will, email me your cell phone number and then it comes over to you as a 425 number, Jeff Zulop, and then you just download it onto your phone and you can use it. It's great. I know when people are using it, it tells me Gary Cook's in there using it and whoever else, but it's a great app. Just let me know if you want it. It's very good. Thank you.
Are you selling apps these days? I mean,
I'm selling it. I'm just trying to help people.
All right, I'm gonna make this point, and I will highly encourage you guys to do what you can to expand your thinking. Miss Heather Byer approached me last week and said, okay, I'm breaking down, I'm gonna come to you, I want your help. Now, I said, well, what I want to see is how your mind thinks. Let's get a baseline going. And so I told her what I wanted her to bring to the table. And the weekend, I said, get it to me over the weekend. And I'll be damned, the weekend almost got away from her. And then at about 9 o'clock on Sunday night, during the Super Bowl, I get an email from her going, I did it! And she only did it because her husband was out of town, so he wasn't there to go, do things with her. So she sat down and did it. And she said, I don't know what the hell this means, but here you go with your stats and stuff. And I told her, I said, look, Lori Watkins, we sat down and started doing this in the beginning. Lori doesn't need to come to me anymore. And so Heather said, okay, I'm going to break it down, and I want you to start helping me get better because she wants to go out in Laurel Springs and start getting more business from that neighborhood. So you got to look different than the other agents and be the most accountable, most responsible, and smartest looking person out there. So started to go through the process with her, but she changed some of the things, and Heather, was a decent experience for you so far?
Very decent.
Are you going to continue on what we're working on?
Absolutely.
Did you learn anything from sitting down with me for a little bit of time?
I did.
Okay. So we'll see what happens with Heather. My challenge to you guys is, are you willing to put your thought process out there and put it up in front of me? And if you're not, then the number one and number two equations for your business probably will not look that good. But I will be willing to help anybody in here that's willing to help themselves first. But if you come up to me and say, hey, can you help me with this? I'm not going to write the article for you. So you got to get your mind going in a different direction than what it is today. We're here to help. Okay. So we've already gone over what some of the stuff is. Legislative day, we're going to give the people a break that get their names pulled. Wednesday, 9 to 9:30, 12:30, open house the effective way. 9 to 10:30, script practice and prospecting in a fun way. And then 10:30 to 1 is inspections. Friday, situation strategy session from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., selling through your obstacles. Talk to Terry. And then Saturday is Swatter Day, 9:30 to 12. It's not just calling expireds, it's whatever you want to call. The key thing is, what we know is if you don't ever take the time to call somebody, then you'll never fit the time in your schedule to call anybody, period. So you've got plenty of times that you can come in here and just start challenging yourself to make those calls and stay on task with things. That's what it's about. Monthly money board. Remember what we did this month. It is the first month that we are celebrating individuals and teams. We got the top 2 teams and we got the top 5 individuals. That's how we're breaking it out. This is on units. So the quarterly winners are based off of gross commission, the top 10. These are based off of units for units closed, listings taken, and new contracts written. We also celebrate first timers, first time listings and first time closings. And we do have two first timers. First time closing with results. We got Mr. Michael Ward. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Michael Warden was dancing up a storm like a fool at the Christmas party. Having a good time.
Hey,
got me energized.
Age is only a number.
That's right.
That's right.
So, which number would you like to pick?
4.
And then I'll have my lovely assistant Monica tell you what you want.
You won a T-shirt, a white or a gray T-shirt.
All right. It's a dirty undershirt from my hamper. Would you like white or would you like gray?
I'll take the gray.
Oh, they're over here.
Sorry, we don't have any.
All right, next we have first listings with results. Tommy Smith. Which number would you like? Number 7, lucky number 7. White or gray t-shirt?
Take the gray t-shirt. Got lots of t-shirts.
I think we've got 16 t-shirts. We don't, we have gift certificates. By the way, let's let the vendors, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do this each and every month. Jeff, what did you bring to the table today?
$50 to make you holler honey baked ham.
Mr. Salisbury,
$50 to Barnes and Noble.
because he knows y'all need to be reading.
I'm a little concerned. Too much TV.
We have LaDonna Hawker, being Valentine's Day, LaDonna. What do you think is behind this lovely redness of goodness?
10 cents.
Chocolate's out, yes. At least. Hey, did she also bring this, or who's this from?
That is from HWA, Cindy Dingle.
Oh, Cindy Dingle brought not just a bag, but some wine. By the way, who can tell me when is the Fine Wine Friday? That's correct, and that would be when? A Friday. Anybody else bring something to the table? Kim Chapman back there in the corner, hiding back there.
I have two things today. I have an AMC gift card, and I also have an umbrella because it's snowing. No, actually, I have an umbrella because I want everybody, if an insurance guy brings an umbrella, there's some significance, right?
Yeah.
Personal liability umbrella protection. So I'm giving one of those away, and it says Chapman Agency on it.
You got a year of umbrella policies.
You get a tarp from Jeff, umbrella from Kim. Now, Kim, did you leave any amount on the gift card that you brought today?
I did. $25.
Thank you. All right.
I've only been to one movie on it.
Diana Horton, is Diana here today?
She's a legislative day.
She's a legislative thing. So, does Diana get a break for being a legislative?
Yes.
That's right. So I pick, let me hear a number.
11.
11.
She gets the Home Warranty of America wine and tote.
And judging from her Facebook post, she will like that. Woo! All right, new listings taken. Here we go. The top 5. Okay, so here's how it's going to pull up today. You're going to see the number 5 position on the left. That's for the individual. And you're going to see on the other side the number 2 team. It's going to pop up at the same time, I'm going to guess, because I haven't got the animations down on this wonderful thing. So the individual on the left, team on the right. And number 5 and number 2, Laura Coons and Team Stout. Round of applause. By the way, here's what you need to do. If your name pops up here and you are not in the number 1 spot, what do you need to do? Hustle. No, we want you to pass your card up here to get in the drawing, because at the end of this, we're going to have some drawings to draw from your money board. So, Stout. Don't pass the card up. Coons. She's not here, so she can't pass the card up, which increases Tamara Stout's odds. Isn't that great? I'm excited about that. All right, number 4, D. Allen and Yates Estates. Number 1 for team. D. Allen is not at Legislative Day, but I will tell you what he is at.
I know what he said.
And I think it's an excusable absence, and that is he is on jury duty today. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I guess.
So, can somebody pass the card up for team?
Did you get proof of that, Terry? Did you get proof of that?
I could tell in his voice that he was sincere yesterday. Number 3, Patty Medina. Woo! have to, which won't be in the drawing then.
You got one?
Number 2, Sarah Stovall, who is down at the legislative day. And number 1 on individual. Who thinks, who, any names, any guesses?
Eight states.
No,
Get
that's.
the hell out of here. Number 1 in the new day and the new way for 2016 is Phil Morales. Pick a number.
Number 13.
Lucky 13.
Take a Salisbury Barnes and Noble gift card.
So he believes that you're just not intelligent. I will say this, he picked number 13, right? Which is typically an unlucky number. When I was when I played for the Major League Cubs, not the Major League, yeah, minor league, Major League, down in Murphy County. I picked the number 13 because I said, I'm going to make 13 a good positive number. And the first game I went out there and I hit a home run, and I thought, this is going to be the year. And then every single time I struck out, about every single time I hit. I hit one home run, and then I absolutely sucked. So Phil, I hope that it works better for you today. All right, now we go over to new contracts written for the month. And number 5 and number 2, Jody Gillis and Team Stout. Woo-hoo! And you did it. Each one, you pass up another card, increase your chances. Number 4, number 1, Natalia Bauer-Bulkin. I can't say that. Garrett Woodley. And Yates Estates. Give them a round of applause.
Number 3, please.
Number 3, please.
I didn't draw for the new listings, though.
You didn't draw for the last one.
So I get one more, right?
No, I'm in control here.
Your AMC gift card,
Yeah, no,
courtesy of the Chapman Agency.
Thank you for not making me walk far.
Steve, I'd run over there and just make sure there's really something on there.
Yeah.
Number 3, Patty Medina again. Number 2, Donald Luttrell. And number 1 on new contracts written. Who can guess? Who?
Oh,
Look at that. She is getting a little traction behind her, and it's kind of funny. I have no idea what her year's going to be like, but she's exciting just to watch and listen to. So great job. Aren't you excited about that?
Of course, I'm not surprised, madam. Yeah.
Have you been working hard?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
What number would you like to pick?
9.
You win a trademark $25 gift card.
Very good. Number of closings by units. That's why it's called number of closings. Individual, number 5, and team number 2. Team Stout. And Rosetta Dillon, number 5. Number 4 and number 1, Yates Estates and Karen Duncan. Number 10. Number 10.
Number 10.
White or gray?
Great, please. Great.
Just got white.
Okay.
Oh.
White or white?
White.
Let me pick another one then.
Okay. All right. Donald Luttrell, number 3. Number 2, Lori Watkins on number of closings. And number 1. Who wants to guess number 1? By the way, Lori, I don't see you passing your card up here. I'm trying to help you guys out.
Sarah Stovall.
Sarah Stovall, give her a round of applause. And Sarah, all the way from the Capitol, is sending me a message. And that message is, she says, pick number 1.
Trademark $25 gift card.
Very good. All right, so let's give all the award winners a nice round of applause. If you made it top 5, we're gonna draw for three people. So if your name is called, you got 5 seconds to call that number up front. So you might want to look these over, get ready in your head. And Monica, draw.
Phil Verona.
Oh, wait, how would you be in there?
Yeah, because you got.
You got top spot, you didn't get,
Okay.
All right.
there you go.
We're good.
All right, here we go. D. Allen, number 2.
Black full sleeve t-shirt.
Pull that out so they can see what a wonderful t-shirt that is. Patty Medina, pick a number, Patty.
12.
12.
A $25 Amazon gift card.
By the way, who in here has Amazon Prime? That's a pretty good little sample tool there. That is one awesome program right there. If you don't have it, I highly recommend you go out there and check it out. Why? Free movies, you get free shipping. So you can go online, you can order your stuff, and it's shipped free to your door. Isn't that great? You love that. All right, Monica. Phil's giving me the giggles. Monica, let's draw 6 quick acts of kindness right now. Rapid fire.
Mandy Newton.
Mandy Newton, pick a number.
The top one on the left, I can't see what it is.
5. That's pretty bad. Your vision is really not that
$25
bad.
Amazon gift card.
$25 Amazon gift card. Good job. Go sign up. Oh, you already have Prime, don't you? Yep, there you go. All right, number.
Kimberly Hammer.
Kimberly Hammer.
Fidelity Bank.
All right.
Is that the target?
That's the time. We gotta go over your roof.
Thank you. Mike Warden.
Mike Warden. Number 8. Number 8. A white T-shirt.
You get the umbrella.
All right. Hey, y'all, I want y'all to turn around. Just look at the little snow falling behind Kevin.
Yes, we see.
Isn't that nice? Beautiful. I just want y'all to see that.
You want to feel it? Here, I'll.
Okay, so we're going to go over what would you do. I got a couple things to talk about, and then we'll draw for the last 3. We got 3 more we're going to give away. Let's have a little serious time here. We had, we got this call center that calls around expired listings, and this listing had expired, and we had an appointment, and the person would not talk to us because the agent that had the listing was one of our agents. And he didn't feel like they did a good job in marketing the property. Okay? I'm not going to say a name. What I want you to do is I want you to think about this. This was over $600,000 of a listing. Would y'all like to have that? We never had a shot at going in there because this guy liked the agent that they worked with, but said that they did a very bad job of communicating and also following up and also marketing the home. So we went and we did a little research. We said, well, how bad? Because sometimes, there's always 2 sides to every story, and sometimes somebody's perception of what you did marketing is really off base. So we went and checked. How many photos did this agent have?
Less than 20.
8. 6.
Oh.
Wow.
On an over $600,000 property. It was actually pretty reasonably higher than 600, but I'm just not going to tell you exactly which one. But here's the bottom line. How many photos should you have?
25.
25. At least 25. If automobile dealers can take 500 photos of a car, and we can't take 25 of a home, I think that's a little ridiculous. So use your head, use your mind, but always remember this. It comes down to what did you do for them, and when they really threw that out, we went and looked at it, wow. I didn't like that at all. So I'm sharing that with y'all so that you always remember, do better than that, okay? So I had to share that. And I don't like sharing those things, but I want y'all always thinking the stuff that you put out online can hinder other people too. So just do the guy probably wouldn't have relisted with this person had she just marketed it better. So anyway, interesting thing. What would you do? This happened just yesterday. And it was an interesting thing. So I thought, I'm gonna bring this to the table because when I was posed the question, I was like, I don't exactly know. So when I don't know, I do what's called the Tom test. Who can tell me what the Tom test is?
Call Tom Gillette.
Call Tom Gillette. Run the story by him. And if he says it can fly, then we will go ahead and let it fly. And if he says it can't, then we have to say, no, it can't. So this is very interesting because I did not know the answer because there's some interesting twists in this. So let me run this by you. A builder wants to buy 5 lots and build homes on them. You are representing this person, okay? He says he will let you list the homes that he's going to build, but he wants half the commission given to him after closing. Is there anything wrong with that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see an agent.
So here's where you have an issue. It's if it was a loan. If it had a loan on it, then you've got a different situation than if it were cash. Okay? This was cash. So it's an all-cash deal. He is an investor that is providing the funding and will actually be the owner of the lots, and the profit of each sale is split between the builder and the investor. Okay? There's an interesting twist. So the builder's in control. The builder handles all, but the investor is the true owner and is the one that's providing the cash. But the builder and the investor, as they sell homes, split the profits. Okay? If you don't do it, he said he's going to use another agent that does it all the time for him.
Good.
What would you do? And the answer is not,
Assuming the
I go to
builder's not
Ken
an agent.
and ask him to do Tom test. What would you do? And by the way, this agent came straight to us and said, I don't feel comfortable about this. Can you help me out? Which I will give that agent a big round of, let's give that agent a big round of applause. Because some might be persuaded by the dog, going, you know what, who's gonna know, right? I've done deals with this builder before. I feel good about them. I'm gonna share this with y'all. There's an agent that worked with the builder for years and years and years. And that agent felt very comfortable. And that builder would say they had a really good working relationship. And that builder would call her and say, go ahead and sign it for me. And she would. There's relationships like that out there that people do. And the agent signed a couple of forms for the guy, thinking we were under the gun. We had the time limit. I couldn't let the contract expire. And that agent and that builder got into a rift. And that builder wanted to just have at it with that agent and create havoc in their world. And they went and turned that person in. And they got a little legal thing that they had to pull out of the industry for like a 6-month period. Because they had a working relationship, they'd worked together for years and years and years, and they felt that it could be done right. And they thought, you know, I'll go ahead and do it, not realizing what the ramifications could be. Is it cold in here?
Yes.
Okay, close the door. I will allow us to.
Raise the temperature as much as the cold air.
Who wants to take a stab at this? It is an all-cash deal, which does give you more leniency in any transaction. Okay? So let's talk about this. If you were willing to give the money to the builder, what would you have to do in this case? Huh?
Put it on the HUD.
Put it on the HUD. If you put it on the HUD, would the builder be able to get it the way that he wants it? No, why? Because the investor is the one that's the buyer.
Yeah.
So if you gave a credit on the HUD, then it only goes to the investor and the builder doesn't get it. So he doesn't want that. Okay? So option 1 would be put it on the HUD, which is correct. By the way, can you give rebates?
Yeah.
Yes, they have to be on the HUD. What happens if they're not on the HUD? Then you're in trouble. Then we call and have a nice long conversation with Tom and figure out what we gotta do and have all this stuff written out and all these things. But in order for rebate to be totally fine, you have to give it on the HUD. That's the only way that you can do it. Unless it's a cash deal. If it's a cash deal, how does that change the terms of what this deal might potentially be?
But not every home sale is gonna be cash, just this land deal.
Well, we're talking about this one, and it is all cash. So could you, since this is all cash, if the builder were the investor, if the builder were the investor in one, could you give him the cash after closing? Who in here says you could? Raise your hand. Who in here says you can? We're not playing this one. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm cold. Everybody got a participate. Okay, you gotta make a determination. You gotta say, I believe the answer is this. Raise your hand if you think you can. Raise your hand if you think you can't. Okay.
I think you just can't.
You can, as long as the builder were the buyer and was the cash deal. Because you don't have a lender involved, so that the reporting can be done differently. As long as it's the buyer. In this case, the builder is not the buyer is the investor, and the builder is trying to short the investor, really. And so, in that context, no, you can't, because the builder is not the buyer, and the builder is not a licensed agent, so they cannot collect a referral fee, and they cannot collect commission. So we worked through everything. We're like, is there any way to do this for this guy? And unfortunately, because he's not the buyer, the answer was no. But the question mark for me came up because it was a cash deal, and you can handle things a little differently, and that's why I called Tom. I was going, okay, let's work through this, because I wanted to give the agent very valid information that they go talk to the builder and say, here's the reality, and we'll handle it accordingly. So that just happened, and I want to share it with you. I was very interested and intriguing just because the cash and the guy wanted the rebate.
So what's the outcome?
Right.
You know yet?
The agent isn't working with
You
this
could-
guy.
There is one way to do it, but you would have to inform the investor.
Right.
You could make a check on the settlement statement.
As long as the investor was
Yeah, as
aware.
long as the investor is aware. Yeah, you just have to.
Which the builder doesn't want him to know.
Correct.
The builder.
Yeah.
My comment to the agent was, wow, here's a builder being funded by somebody that if they weren't being funded, they wouldn't be able to have a business.
Right. And it's.
That's underhanded in and of itself. I can say, if I had an investor backing me, I would not want to ever go against them in a measure like that. And my comment to the agent was, imagine if the investor found out what you did. Is he only gonna want to take the builder down? No. And so I go back to the story of the builder and the agent that had a long relationship, and that builder got mad at the agent, and after they had their little riff, he went and turned her into the Georgia Real Estate Commission for forging his name, even though he had given her the consent. And by the way, on that one, the consent, they had everything documented out, but the reason that she lost her license for a time period was the fact that, what was it? Even though he had given her consent, she did not have what you gotta have to sign for somebody else, which is power of attorney. So,
Terry, could they just not charge as much commission in the first place? To make
they
that
could, but then who's that benefiting? The investor.
Yeah, just trying to.
No, the investor's the only one buying the lots, so when you, well, yeah, it would benefit him after the home's closed, because there'd be a little bit more profit at the end of the day on that.
Yeah.
But he's not concerned about that, he's concerned about getting cash now. Right? So, interesting thing. The other thing is, you're gonna have situations like this pop up. You work real hard with some people, you spent many months. You have not been able to get a buyer's agency agreement signed with them. You worked your tail off. They love working with you. They respect you. You've done a great job. Can't tell you how many homes, neighborhoods that you've shown. All of a sudden, you nail down the neighborhood that they want to buy in. You have registered them, and then they come to you right before they're ready to write the contract. They've got a reservation on the lot. They're ready to write it. They turn to you and say, hey, let's talk about your commission now.
No. That's nuts. We need to have something like in writing from him that says, we're not sharing our commissions with you if we work our AWSs off. So that's nuts.
Okay, let's define working our AWSs off. Because I guarantee you, they're gonna have a different definition.
That's just nutty. I can't even talk about it.
I'll write up whatever you want. Put that in there.
They say that everybody in coming doesn't.
Okay.
Not doing it.
So,
Because I'm bad.
what would
That's
you
what I
do?
told them. I'm like,
I've heard one comment from somebody.
I like your attitude. though.
Hey, by the way, let me ask you this. Let's say that you have registered. Does that mean that you're protected 100% for getting the commission? Let's say those people come back in and say, we're gonna buy in here, but we will not buy with that agent representing us. We're gonna bring in one of our other agents.
Well, they're not represented yet because it's just registered with the builder, it sounds like, but no buyer brokerage.
There's no buyer brokerage in place. They've registered with the home builder. Does that entitle them to get paid?
I think yes.
I think it's registered.
Huh?
But it has to be up to the buyer.
Does it have to be up to the buyer?
Well.
So if you take a buyer into a neighborhood and they get interested in buying in there, and then they try to bring in another agent at the last minute, can they do that?
But wouldn't you be considered the reason, the curing cost? No, you took them there.
I would spend all that time on buyer's brokerage.
The sales agent at the DR Hotel said that if I register them there, so even if they come with another agent, I'm still protected, is what she said.
Well, one, it depends on what their registration says. Some say you're protected for a 90-day period, 30, whatever. There's usually something in their registrations that say, if you are protected, it's for this amount of time. By the way, what is procuring costs? Let's talk about that for a second. What is procuring costs? Nobody brought it up. Anybody want to take a stab at what the definition is?
You're the reason.
Yeah,
You're the reason why that person is there.
No, it's not the reason why this person is there. I want y'all to remember this. It is a series of actions that ultimately leads to a contract.
Same thing.
No, it's not. You taking them to a neighborhood is not a series of actions that ultimately leads to a contract.
Why wouldn't it?
Because you could take them in the door and then 5 days later not do one thing, that agent follows up with them, they bring in another agent, and did you procure, what did you do from day 1 to day 5?
You follow up with it.
Well, but you didn't say that. You said you took them, so I'm being very specific for a reason.
All right.
Some people think of it as the threshold thing. It's not the threshold thing. It's not the person that introduced them to the home. It's a series of actions that ultimately leads to a contract. If you do not have a buyer's agency agreement, what can you do to protect yourself? Email the hell out of them. Have something that you can have documented. Text and email only and say those things. Because if you don't have a buyer's agency agreement, we get paid by procuring costs. So if you go show somebody's listing, and then 2 weeks later, the people go back and they write an offer, and they contact that agent directly, and you did nothing in that 2-week period, and then you go back and go, wait, I showed it. You ain't procuring costs.
Because they're gonna say you never did a meeting of the minds. It's a very gray area.
I see. But it's not meeting of the minds.
No, I'm saying because they don't have anything written or anything else like that. The sad part is the person buying the property is gonna turn around and say, well, listen, they never had an accepted offer through me and I never made an offer, which is really kind of sad.
If it's listed with an agent, that's what we got going on the assumption. If it's listed with another agent, then you're communicating with that agent to get the contract done, right?
Yes.
You need to document those things to protect yourself. Series of actions that ultimately leads to a contract. The other agent may say, I'm not gonna pay it. Then we can arbitrate. As long as you have things documented, we can go arbitrate, and more times than not, the documentation will win and you'll get it for procuring costs, yes.
Okay, I've got a question. Because I do the buyer brokerage stuff, but I will tell you that, there's a line on there saying that if the seller isn't paying the commission, then you're agreeing the buyer's gotta pay, and I always, maybe I shouldn't, but I do. I put 0, and if you wanna back out of this, you can. So here's the other thing, because I've been on the side of, you've got a buyer coming in, I represent the seller. The seller's the one paying the commission. And the buyer says, well, I signed a buyer's brokerage with somebody, but that's been a while ago and I don't want to use them anymore. Or they don't even tell you they have anything. You go under contract with this scenario. And so the seller's saying, okay, I've negotiated a contract, so this is what I'm doing. And then somebody floats in and says, okay, I want part of that commission. And the seller is going to say, well, no, we're done. I'm not paying you a commission. So then it's back to that agent's got to go after their client, right?
Yep, so that's the parachuting agent's what that's called. So let's say that you have a listing and you showed the people, You've worked with them, you've gotten the information, and then all of a sudden this agent comes in and says, hey, I'm gonna write an offer. Who are your people? And they say, the Smiths. Oh my God, well, I've been working with the Smiths. Oh, well, they've hired me as their agent. I got a buyer's brokerage side. What does that mean? Should that buyer's agent be able to do that and come in?
No.
We'll go to the extreme. They haven't even seen the home. Commissioner Wright, he got so excited. And they said, oh, we need to go get representation. We're gonna go get representation. Can that happen? What can happen? Do you have to let that agent represent those people in that transaction?
I would think they got a buyer's broker.
We've done that.
You do?
Deny them representation.
Does the seller have to pay the commission to that agent? Can you take full 6% commission? Let's say you list the property at 6%. Do you have to give up half the commission because those people have a buyer's agent? So the agent sends it over and says, look, I've got the buyer's agency agreement that says they have to pay me 3%. So I'm gonna take the 3% on the buy side. You've got that factored in, I saw it in FMLS. Who in here wants to go toe to toe with me?
Seemed like if that were the case, it seemed like the buyer would be paying the 3% commission to the sales agent.
Correct, that's exactly right.
So that's what I want to get through to you guys is, the buyer's agency agreement says what? If there's no commission to be paid, then you as the buyer are responsible because I'm gonna be representing you, and therefore you're gonna be ultimately responsible on the hook. So as the seller, does the seller have to be liable for paying the buyer's agent commission? No. Right? They can bring in representation whenever they want, but they need to add in whatever they can either add in the commission or the buyer can pay them outside. That's what can happen. What typically happens is the agents typically will negotiate whatever the answer is going to be, because the listing agent's going, I just want to get the deal done, and I don't want to fatten my clients. So it's not about the commission, but I need to balance this out. But then you got a situation. But I just want you guys to hear, just because that happens does not mean the seller has to pay the commission, does not mean you have to take it out of your side. It just means that they can have representation, they may be liable for paying for it, period. Procuring costs.
If there was an agreement at the time that, contracts are written, that the buyer signs saying, I understand, I certify or whatever, that I have no other agent, no other buyer's agent or whatever, and they sign something like that, then that agent couldn't come parachute in.
Say that again?
What document is that?
Between the buyer and the agent. Has nothing to do with the sales. Commission's paid to the listing agreement. The broker shares it if they choose to share it and then pass it along.
Just because I'm allowing you to be represented, I can't tell you can be represented, it just does not mean that I gotta pay you a commission off my transaction. The buyers are responsible for that at this point in time, you're parachuting in. You haven't earned the buyer's agent commission in this transaction.
Because they have no procuring costs.
They have no procuring costs. I'm telling you, details in this business will help you or it'll hurt you. But in that case, you can have the lockbox, you can show where you did the work, you can have everything documented, and you'd be protected. So, this is getting better. This is the last little thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to draw the last three things.
But wait, we didn't get, pardon me, sorry. We didn't get back to what if we're in the situation where we have worked very hard to find someone a home, and then we sign on the dotted line, and they're like, oh yeah, real quick, I'm gonna need all your commissions back except for $1,500. Like, I need something in place that's gonna help me if that ever arises, because that's nuts.
In this case, what I told the agent was that they could do what they wanted to, or they could go back and say, no, my broker won't let me do that, and I'm protected in this neighborhood, so if you, and this is the neighborhood they ultimately want to buy in, I believe, but if you buy in that neighborhood, I am protected. Now, I would call the on-site agent in this case before I had this conversation and say, look, I just want you to know they're trying to negotiate commissions with me, and I don't play that way. So I need you to back me, and I do expect that we will be getting commission even if they bring in another agent to try and circumvent that. I have that conversation first, and then I go to them and say, I think I've done a great job of earning the commission. I've got you this neighborhood. It sounds like everything's working. I don't negotiate. My broker doesn't negotiate. It is what it is. You need to make your decision. And by the way, I'm protected, so you can't take another agent there.
Do that smile.
Do that smile.
Would it be worth our time to put something in our agreement when we decide to work together as, realtor and client?
Well, he would not sign the listing agreement, or he would not sign the buyer's agency agreement at all. Matter of fact, he said, look, if you're gonna work with me, I like you better than any other agent I've worked with, and I'm going to buy my home from you as long as we can work together, but I'm not gonna sign a buyer's agency agreement.
Because I'm gonna screw you in the end.
Right.
I've had people that have done that and they've not screwed me in the end, but they, for some reason, buyers get really nervous about that darn buyer's brokerage agreement.
Yes.
So if I have them sign it, I also tell them, look, if you're not happy,
In
you
this
can
case,
fire
I
me at
believe
any
it was
time.
truly that they were intentionally avoiding it so that they could, hardline you down.
What would you do? Would you walk?
Agreement only on that notice.
Well,
Is that the
here-
whole day
here-
showing,
Do what?
for that one showing, for that one day, can they?
No, they would not sign it at all. You got very strong personalities that they will go, absolutely not. The other question was what, Heather?
Would you do it? Would you?
I don't know, it depends. If I really had spent that much time with them and I knew that I was locked in on the neighborhood, I'd hardline it. But I'd have to know that that's the neighborhood I know that they're gonna write in. I'd wanna know that the builder's not gonna let another agent come in. And I'd let them know we will be coming after it if you do not honor, But you'd have to go back and make sure that you're protected and that they're on board with things. And the builders don't like all that wacky stuff.
No.
They really don't.
Yeah, they don't.
So the simpler you can make it, if you hold firm, you need to always communicate with that side first and then go hold your position. But you gotta feel, some people, dang, this is the only person I've worked with. I want this to close. I'm gonna go ahead and give half the commission. That happens all the time out there. It's how strong do you believe in what you can pull out? So, and by the way, if you can come in like this person did and say, hey, if you want to say that I will not let you do it, just say that I'm the one that won't let you do it and back out of the situation, say, I can't even negotiate. You got to talk to my broker and you guide me. The answer can be no, or it can be, we'll give a little bit, whatever. It's your call. But I want you to get every dime that you can. But sometimes it's better for you just to remove yourself and say, because there's hard negotiators out there. And you can say, hey, I can't even do anything. My broker won't let me. Give them my number. Okay. Appraisal value of opinions compared to the homeowner estimates, it is getting smaller. So that means the market's getting better. The prices have gone up through the roof, and now we're gradually catching up with what the appraisers are coming up to what the reality is. I'll send this out too. So this is as of December. So good things are looking, the smaller that gets, the better off we are. Just wanted to remind you guys of this. There's a lot of people out there that are in the wrong home. Life events have happened over the last 5 to 10 years, and they really don't need to be in the home that they're in. It's either too large or too small for what their family is today. You need to really be getting out there, seeing the new stuff, and getting people excited about it, because we are experiencing an early spring for sales. I was talking to different people across the country, and everybody, in the middle of December, we felt a surge. What happened in the middle of December? What happened in the middle of December? Prime went up. Fed funds rate went up. And everybody said eventually the mortgage rates are going to start to go up. So then everybody that's been sitting on the fence said, hey, you know what, now there's no denying, they made their move. So it is eventually going to start going up. So they started jumping in the ship. And now you've got the interest rates even lower. Do you think those people are going to be more excited by now? Yes. So your euphoria is going to be happening for the next couple months. The spring market is going on right now. So don't sit there and wait and go, I'm going to kind of take it easy until the spring market hits. You're going to have an earlier spring run right now. So get into it. And I want you to think about this. We're going to end on this one right here. Michael Jordan. Everybody knows who Michael Jordan is, one of the all-time greats of any basketball athlete out there. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. Interesting. You know what I wanted to relate this to? Calling expireds, calling your sphere of influence, calling for sale by owners, and failing. It's not a problem to fail. It's a problem if you stop trying. And you're going to have a whole lot of no's in this business. But guess what? The better that you get at it, the more shots you take, the more stuff's going to start to fall in your lap. But if you're not willing to go out there and make the calls, do the door knocking, and do the things, then you're going to be stuck where you are today. And that's a very expensive proposition to be in this business. Business is very expensive to be in. But how much are you going to challenge yourself and look at the people that have been at the top and go, hey, if I want to do better than what I've done, then I've got to change the things that I'm doing. Go challenge yourself. Come in here and have fun calling, making a fool of yourself. That's what you got to do. That's all. Spring is sprung, it's right here, right now. Go out there and get your share of it. Any questions? There is one open house, a luncheon, and then we're gonna draw the last 3 names. Luncheon today is at Old Atlanta Club, home is 399.9. Steve Yates just ran out here a minute ago to do it, and it's nothing, what is it, summertime time? Never enough time. Never enough time, which is a good. Should we let Lamont put a card in here?
Yes.
Who wants to put a card in for Lamont? I get 50% of whatever you want.
Be serious, Lamont. You were way better.
Jonathan Pitter.
You get the box of chocolate.
They gave me the right seat.
Here you go, Jonathan. All right, who's that? Go ahead, draw. Everybody say bye, Patty.
Bye, Joanna Smith?
Joanna Smith. 16 and 14. 16.
Black t-shirt.
And last but not least.
Diane Cerbos.
And what number would you like?
Hey, you get a white t-shirt.
Hey, who would like a black t-shirt? I'm gonna throw one out there.
It's a long sleeve.
He doesn't have that kind of arm.
Hey, Tommy.
All right, y'all have a great day. Make it productive.